You're watching the Staten Island Soccer Report.
Ho dedicato la mia vita ai momenti più felici, ad inseguire un sogno, il mio sogno. Quante volte mi hai deluso, non importa, io ci credo e vivo il mio sogno. Bari, grande amore, Bari, unica e sola, Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola, facci sognare ancora, facci gridare ancora, Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola mai. Quanti viaggi con gli amici, tanti posti sconosciuti, tutti uniti innamorati di un sogno. Canto sempre con orgoglio, anche quando sono stanco, mai nessuno può distruggere il mio sogno.
All right, welcome everyone to a brand new edition of the Staten Island Soccer Report, coming to you live tonight from Studio B. Alongside me, Vito Canena, Brian behind the glass. Thank you to Kenny and everybody at CTV for without them we don't have a show.
Absolutely.
So we're doing an extra one this month, right? The second live show this month. I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
If we could get it in, we get it in. Plenty of soccer to talk about locally, you know, and around the world, especially with the Champions League kicking off our quarterfinals this week. All right, but before we get going, Vito.
I just wanted to start off with some sad news. A good friend of mine passed away at the young age of 36. My first friend that I got introduced to on Sheldon Avenue, Anthony De Niro, just went to the wake, and then the wake continues tonight, 7 to 10 at Matthew Funeral Home. Very sad news. I mean, I guess life throws its curveballs. We had some great memories, pool parties. The mommy would have pool parties for graduation parties, Nicole Matola. We played sports, WrestleMania parties. I remember his mom used to have pizza bagels. It's a shame, but special dedication. We played sports together, and life is so precious. And it was a great friend, and I wanted to shout that out.
Okay, Vito. So we got a lot of roll-ins today. Unfortunately, the Facebook page, people watching on there are not going to be able to see it, but we have a couple of roll-ins today. I guess we could start off with soccer on the island. There's a lot of indoor games going on across the island, all different venues, Jersey and stuff like that. But I'm sure we're all getting ready for the outdoor season coming up. Probably late next month, the spring season starts. Not much really to talk about as far as on the youth side. We don't have any updates, anything, right, from 2 weeks ago? Nothing really going on.
Yeah.
As far as body goes, let's touch on body.
They continue to win again.
They won last week.
Was 3-0.
Okay. What's the points?
Yeah, they're up. Same
12?
thing.
Still
12.
12?
Yeah, they're still maintaining the same
Still
amount
got
of lead.
Right, a 12-point lead.
Yeah.
Okay. But today marks the 35th anniversary of a Bari Juve Coppa Italia.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, and you know what? Let's go right to it. Let's go right to the rolling. Brian's got that rolling. We're going to show a little clip of that game. Bari Juve, 35 years ago today, Coppa Italia. Yeah, imagine that.
Interesting.
Riparte il Bari con De Tommasi. De Tommasi a Sola che si libera di Vignola, quindi al centro per Lopez, interviene Prandelli, recupera Loseto secondo, ancora Lopez in avanti per Cuccovillo. Scende bene Cuccovillo, si fa vedere Messina, scambio tra i due, interviene su Cuccovillo Gentile e calcio di rigore al 22esimo minuto del primo tempo. Calcio di rigore in favore del Bari per un intervento irregolare di Gentile su Cuccovillo. Protestano i giocatori della
Bari
Juventus,
Juve,
ma l'arbitro
Coppa
Redini è
Italia,
irremovibile.
35 years ago.
Assegna la massima
And
punizione
Bari
al
eliminates
Bari. Siamo esattamente al 23esimo minuto di gioco. Il Bari ha la
this is probably the
possibilità di
biggest-
incrementare il suo vantaggio sulla Juventus.
They haven't played each other too many times. That's
Al tiro Messina, Bolchi ha incaricato Messina di battere il penalty. Messina contro Tacconi, parte Messina, tira e gol. Il Bari in vantaggio per 1-0 al 23esimo minuto del primo tempo.
Not like the
Vedete
other Roland that we're
Messina
going to show in
corre
a
a
few
ricevere
minutes with
gli applausi
Ciccio.
del
This guy's
pubblico
kind of
sotto la
flat.
curva.
And this,
Different time, isn't he?
right, but don't forget also this is not San Nicola
Grande
Stadium.
entusiasmo degli oltre 40.000
Exactly.
spettatori
Look,
dopo
look,
la
look,
rete
look.
realizzata da Messina su calcio di rigore. Il Bari così porta 2 gol di vantaggio sulla Juventus, 2-1 all'andata e questo gol sono praticamente il vantaggio complessivo del Bari è di 3-1 in questo momento.
Check my messenger, but Brian, if you could call up. If you could call,
Avete visto
let
questa
us know.
suggestiva
I can't check it right now 'cause I'm
inquadrattaccato
on the
da
live.
Platini.
Or
Preferisce
if you want, you could
liberarsi
just
della
type it
palla
in, Brian, and
Guastella, affida a Lopez,
we'll just read
De
it out.
Tommasi, tentativo di scambio con
All right, we could
Messina,
switch over. We could
interviene
we could get back again. Just giving Body a little,
That was the
shout out.
original when they were AS.
Right.
That was the original.
Yeah, and we got the scarf on the table there for the AS. But 35 years ago, they knocked out one of the best franchises
Of
right
course.
ever.
Agreed.
Juventus, right?
Winningest, one of the winningest.
Yeah, one of the winningest. Although we could get right into that, they didn't win on Wednesday.
Yeah.
They didn't win Wednesday. I don't know what
Surprisingly,
happened.
John, after the Coppa Italia, now all of a sudden they're
So
going
you're
down.
blaming it on me, right? I jinxed them because I said they were going to win all 5
You
cups.
did say that. You did say that, but
I think it.
we shall see now what they're made of because now they have
Yeah.
to come back.
Yeah.
They're down 2. They have to make up 2 goals. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Now you have to score 2 just to put
Yeah,
that game
Of
into
course,
overtime.
And Atletico Madrid is not an easy team.
No, they were good. They were
Yeah.
one of the powerhouse teams.
Yeah.
They're one of the better teams. Looks like we might have a call. Let's see what Brian has on the call. But it's just finish up with Body here. I don't know who they got next. You have that little schedule of theirs.
Yeah, have it. Yeah, have it in the
Yeah.
way.
But I think regardless of who their opponent is, they're on the second term.
John, you got a caller?
Oh, there's a caller.
Yeah, calling around the Staten Island Soccer Report. Hello.
Technical difficulties
Hello.
Yes. Caller, you on?
Hello, this is Joe Giuseppe,
Oh, Giuseppe.
for last week.
Yes,
Giuseppe
Giuseppe.
Galante.
Yeah, Giuseppe. He's sounding really low in here.
Yeah, it's
but
low.
but you go ahead, Giuseppe. How are you?
All right. I just saw you guys showed the team for Bari over there.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes.
You said this is the very, very, very soccer game.
Yes.
It's not like it now.
Yeah.
It's a different
That's
life.
right. It was played
No.
differently back then.
Well, Giuseppe, back then, 35 years ago, they played for the love of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you're right about that. Now it's all money,
Yes.
all business.
Now it's all about this, Giuseppe. It's about that.
Yeah, you got it.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You see what happened to Juventus?
That's true. They,
Yeah.
lose 2-0 to
Yeah.
Atletico. That's right.
Millions and millions and millions of dollars spent over there, and what happened? You go over there in Madrid, you lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now they have to,
Their
This
back
is
is on the wall.
ridiculous. No, it's that.
That's true. He's right about that. We'll
What do you
see.
think?
Well, we'll see. They're down but not out. We'll see what happens in the return leg. But They need to play a perfect game, pretty much, John. You know, to make up 2 goals.
Giuseppe, I never liked the goalkeeping for them from the beginning. I thought it was a mistake that they gave up Buffon, and I don't. If you're asking me what I think about the next game with them, I don't think they're going to win the game. I don't think so. I really don't see it.
We shall see.
I mean, it's 2
They're
goals.
home.
Don't
No,
forget.
no,
They're
me
home.
either, Mickey.
They're home.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if they're home. It don't matter if they're home, away. They got to score 3 goals, Giuseppe, and they got to make sure they don't score any.
Yeah.
They got to shut them out.
That's true. Not impossible, but we'll see.
You got to score 3 goals.
Yeah.
Yes. And they got to score nothing.
2 goals. So,
Yeah. It's a
yeah, I know.
difficult,
It's not
difficult,
easy. It's
accomplishment.
not easy.
Yeah, right. So I, we'll see what happens.
At least they got the beautiful body of it.
That's it. That's it. Giuseppe, let me hear you say, Giuseppe, forza body.
Yeah, forza body.
That's
All right, guys, I'll let you go. All right.
All right, thanks, Giuseppe.
Thank you, Giuseppe. Thanks for calling.
All right. Take care, guys.
Okay.
Take care, Vito. Take care, John.
Take care.
Thank you. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
So, that's going to be it. The big talk of the town is going to be Juve if they could bounce back from this 2-0.
Oh,
That's
for sure,
like
John,
on the
because
professional side of things.
That was their mission this year, was to get the Champions League.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if to go out that early,
Right.
then you're underachieved, Regardless of winning the championship, that doesn't mean anything anymore.
Right.
You've dominated, you won, you're going for 8 in a row, but you have to get the Champions League. That's really,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
separates the great teams,
Right. All right, Brian's just mentioning some things here, going on the island.
Yes.
We got Manhattan kickoff starting. That's next weekend.
Okay.
We got Staten Island soccer clubs in there, in that tournament. I'm sure there's some other clubs going. Let's see.
Hmm.
Yeah,
State Cup match,
Right.
Freedom. Okay.
yeah. But that's his team, the Freedom, right?
Yes,
This tournament's starting next weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, the 1st of
Well,
March.
as the weather warms up, I'm sure there's going to be stuff happening.
Yeah, this is it. Once you hit March, you're able to play outdoors.
yeah.
40 degrees is
Yeah.
okay. 45, you could play out there.
And once
but,
we get to March 2nd, MLS returns.
Right. We're going to touch up on that more, with the next show. But yeah, the MLS. I mean, they always get knocked down to the bottom, for some reason or another. But there's a lot more important things to touch on.
The Champions League. We look at the
far as-
aggregates. Porto versus Roma. Roma beat them 2-1.
Yeah.
Dortmund lost to Tottenham 3-0. That was on TNT. I was watching that. PSG, Man U. PSG 1-2-0. So now, John, they got the return legs coming March the 5th and March the 6th.
Right.
And then you got Man City and Schalke. That's March the 12th, 4 p.m.
Okay.
And then March the 12th at 4 p.m. Juventus, Madrid, they're playing also. So,
That's
we'll
on
see.
Wednesday, correct?
Whatever March the 12th is.
Okay,
yeah.
should be. You know what? Let's go right to the next Roland. All right, this is for Giuseppe. If he's still watching at home, let's play this Roland. Let the fans out there see this next goal.
A far esplodere il San Nicola, ci pensa lui, il capitano, il numero 10, Ciccio! 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 Ciccio!
Treaties. We're gonna make Chicho famous in New York here just by showing that video on every show. So, things are. I think the fans are
He wasn't
extremely.
playing last game. They were saying he was out, some kind of
Injured?
injury. Yeah. They mentioned it.
Yeah, I
the
thought
game
I
was
saw
on
it.
the Zon.
Yeah, I
they
saw that.
mentioned he was out.
Yeah. So anyhow, I think in body, the fans are just they're ecstatic right
Yeah.
now. What's going on with that
It's
team.
been easy, it's indeed they're dominating. So we'll see what happens. Once they get to C, or if they get fortunate
Yeah.
to go straight to B.
Any news on the owner as far as?
The news on the owner is pretty
separation?
much that the attention seems that he'll be concentrating on body if he sells the Napoli
Right.
team. I don't know.
Right.
That's the rumor. We'll see. That's all I keep on hearing.
That's the, that'd be good.
Hmm.
Yeah, so he could, just focus on one team, like you
Yeah.
mentioned.
I wanted to also mention one of my friends, Deliso. He mentioned we didn't talk much about EPL, so I got some stuff on the EPL too.
Yeah, we'll touch on
Yeah.
that too. All right, we might as well get this last rolling in and play as much of it as you can. This is just a flashback. It's part of the youth side of things. So on Staten Island youth soccer. So
Yeah, I saw your daughter was in there.
yeah, let's get to that last rolling, and then we could touch on everything else.
John, it's Brian, the director
Yes.
for today's show. I just want to point out that the clip we're going to see, the last one,
Yes, Brian.
was from my program, La Port,
Yes.
which was taped back in February of 2012.
Wow.
Amazing. And you know what? It popped up today, so I figured why not show it on the show? Why not just put it in as rolling?
Okay, so we're going to head and show the classic clip.
Yep.
Take a look.
Petrides,
Is
St.
there an actual physical place where Richardtown Rush actually currently play itself, within Richmond Town?
We do our training all at Millerfield. That's where we train, we practice. And
Now we have another picture. We can.
This was the
can you tell us
trophy
what's on this picture
tour.
right here?
Yeah, that looks like one of our older players, Samantha. She looks like she's battling. I believe that's St. Dorothy's, Frank, if I'm not mistaken. That
Yes,
might have
I
been
believe it
this
is.
past season, our last game, which we ended up tying. I could tell you a little story about that real quick. We were 9-0 going into that game. We needed at least a point to wrap up the division and win this trophy. We're trailing in that game, 1-0.
Gabby, I have a question. Go ahead.
I was telling him if we could show the picture of last time. Remember
Yes, they have the pictures. They're going to show them.
Yeah. There was one time when a different team, they were like the hardest to get, and they kept scoring 1 and 2 goals. So we had 0 goals then, and it was only like a minute in the end of the game. So I finally got the ball. I kept trying to get the ball, but the defense got away. So the defense went to go over here and there. So I ran through. Then the goalie was over here. Wait, no. And then there was a goal kick. So then
It was a free kick.
Yes,
It was
a free kick. And Daddy. Coach John said for me to take it.
You call Coach Daddy.
Yes.
You call Coach Daddy.
So then he gave it to me because he knows that that I have a good kick on it. So they were all covering like on that side, and I saw like one little space, probably the ball could fit. So I tried to see if I could get it through. I kicked it, and I didn't know if the goalie was there, but the goalie was a little to that side, so I kicked it, and I was like, score, and then the game was over, and I was like, yeah!
Okay.
And then
She
we
scored
showed
the
those photos.
goal tying game at the last minute.
Now, normally during a season play, when the game starts, what is the quickest time for a goal to be scored?
It could happen, within 30 seconds.
Yeah?
Yeah. Or,
Has it happened before?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Really?
I remember one time, as soon as the game started, we ran down to the goal. We already had 2 shots. I took one, and my other friend Emily took
That's
2 of them.
amazing.
So that was really amazing.
I just said it.
I believe we have, okay. Now we do
That
have
is
another
the
picture
team.
up.
That's the
Now,
whole
what's this
team.
in the picture right here?
This is just our one of our yearly team photos that we take.
Okay. Anything special about the picture? I mean, do you know, remember
No,
when this picture was taken?
This was taken in the spring. This was spring? I'm
No,
sorry, this was
fall.
fall. This was
No,
fall.
this
We
was
have
fall.
our new
Yeah,
uniform.
new uniforms.
Yes.
This was just this past season. What I do with the team is we all take a team photo every season,
Okay.
just to update it in case we have a new player. They get their own team picture.
Now, let's say if you didn't get involved with Richardtown Rush, what would you do instead?
Good question, Brian. Good question.
Well, I have a passion for soccer, so I'm sure I would have found something somewhere. Yeah. Right.
What was the very first place you ever played soccer?
I played, well, growing up when I was Gabriella's age, or actually a little younger, I played for All-American Soccer in Brooklyn, Garrison Beach, yeah.
Well, Garrison Beach. I was thinking of Garrison Beach. I was thinking actually more like Marine Park.
We played in Garrison Beach. All-American Club was,
Okay.
yeah.
So quickly have another picture.
Oh, I know that. I
Okay,
know
you know
that.
what? Just speaking of the goal, I'm going to wrap this up because we have a few minutes left here.
Yeah.
This was Gabriella's goal,
Oh, yeah?
and my reaction after it. Yeah, one of my reactions.
That's all right. Yeah, it's okay. We'll get back to that. We'll get
call,
yeah, we'll get back to that.
Oh, people are excited. John, another call. Brian's got another call.
Yeah, we got,
That's pretty
the
cool.
Facebook side, we were just showing it rolling. You guys can't see that unless you're watching it on television, but we're getting back.
Who do you think the call could be? I don't know.
Well, it could be anybody at this
John, we have, I think, Vincenzo Terzo on the
Oh,
phone.
okay.
All right, Vincenzo. Yeah, he's been trying to get through too. Okay, yeah, we'll take Vincenzo. We have a low volume in the studio today, but Vincenzo, you there? Going once, going twice, and Vincenzo is nowhere to be found. He's in Brooklyn somewhere, that's for sure. Okay, so anyway, let's continue here.
So,
Maybe.
oh, he's calling back.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we'll give him a
What else,
second.
John? The schedule for this week: Milan's playing Empoli, 2:30, February 22nd. Frosinone and Roma.
Oh, but that's today, no? The 22nd?
Oh yeah, today they play today. That's correct.
Right.
But then you got tomorrow, Frosinone and Roma,
Nice.
which is like a derby because
Right.
the Frosinone is almost from the same
Yeah,
place.
similar.
Bologna-
Okay,
Oh,
caller, you're on the air. Nothing. Once, twice.
Bologna Juventus, February 24th.
Okay.
What else? Sassuolo Spal.
You know, let's get back to Juventus for a second. Now they know they're down, right? They know everybody's
Of
down
course,
on them,
of course,
right?
of course.
But they got to get it's adversity,
Yeah.
right? It's how they
I mean,
deal
you
with
look
it.
at their history, John. They've won the most matches, 1,555. They held a lot of big records, Juventus, in their history. Most home wins in a season in 2013, 2014, 19. I mean, 7 consecutive titles is a record in Serie A.
All right, caller, you there? No, we probably all right. We're having
not
problems.
sure what's
We're having
going on.
problems with the phone anyway. But we got Giuseppe through.
Yeah, Giuseppe went through it, no problem.
Okay, so maybe we could just finish up that rolling, and then we'll continue. Yeah, just tell him to hold on if you got him. Just tell him hold on. That's all.
Most consecutive home
Yeah.
wins in 2015,
33.
33.
That's good.
Yeah.
But wait, who had more? Is it Milan? Had 50?
Well, Milan
Second.
was a different thing. Let me see what Milan was. Milan was during the early 90s. They had something longest unbeaten streak, 58.
That's
that,
amazing.
but that was in home games.
Oh,
This-
consecutive home games.
50. Yeah, longest unbeaten streak
Okay.
is AC Milan, 90-91.
Okay.
That was under Sacchi.
Yeah, that's
Arrigo
right.
Sacchi.
That's not too long ago.
Yeah.
It really isn't. 91? All right. We'll see what's going on with the phone line. Brian's trying to fix that up. All right.
Individual records, most championships won.
Okay.
Buffon has got the most Serie A championships won, 9. He leads in that category.
Yeah, and that record will be on for a while. All right, so let's continue on with the scores. What else you got there?
Well, we got Sassuolo Spal, Torino Atalanta. That's coming up also. So,
Okay.
Fiorentina Inter. That's a pretty big game.
Yeah.
That's going to be on the 24th.
Oh, up and down, win
Yeah,
one, lose one, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's been their story.
But Roma won their Champions League game, correct?
Yeah, they did
The first-
2-1. They beat Porto 2-1.
Okay.
Sampdoria Cagliari, Chievo Genoa, Parma Napoli, Lazio Udinese. Lazio Udinese has been postponed to be determined when.
Weather? What's the reason?
I'm not sure. There was
They didn't say.
even a game in England too. The same thing.
Okay.
Could be a conflict with other games,
Yeah.
other tournaments.
Yeah, it's possible. All right, Brian, let's get back to that rolling. Let's show the end of that, and then we'll finish up.
I believe there's another photo coming up, which is a little more, exciting. Yeah.
Once Frank dumped the water on him.
Okay. And I noticed you actually come with you're not. It's not just the three of you. We actually have like 2 more people out there.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, I think come in, girls.
You got
Also a picture. Also.
Ariana,
Go
Marie.
ahead, come in, girls.
Come on.
And also, real quickly, John, what's in the picture right
Okay,
here?
this is
You can
another.
sit
This is
here.
the same reaction to the same
you
goal, the
can
late
sit,
goal that actually
no,
wrapped
I'm
up
Daddy.
our division championship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And who are these two ex-girls?
Okay, we got Ariana here. This is my daughter, Ariana. She's about to start soccer in the spring.
Okay.
I'm Mariana.
And also we have, who's the other one?
Yeah.
And we got Marie Tricomi. She plays for the
Oh, this
Richmond
is
Town Rush.
John, this is your who? Your daughter? Or
Yes.
Your daughter. And all three of them play on the same league. All three.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't touch it.
Okay.
They're gonna show some pictures. We're gonna describe
I
it.
think we have one more picture.
Daddy's the part when Daddy Junk's going crazy and stuff.
And when was this taken?
This was the same day, that same game that I was just
My
describing.
dad was pouring water on Coach John. And it was so funny. There was a video and other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the goal that they had scored.
Okay. Okay. Well, I realized that the classes they keep going. They only give me at least about half hour time to actually speak to the guests. Before we actually wrap up the show, for anyone out there who wants to make contact with you, how can they do that?
They could go.
All right. Well, there's one thing I learned on that show is you can't have little kids, coming in touching the microphone because you heard what happens with that. All right. I mean, again, that video popped up today, and I figured, let's just put it on the show tonight. But that was like 2012, like Brian said, 2012.
Quite a bit of a while.
Yeah, so it's all about the kids playing. It's really all about that. Sure. As you see, what happens to the game today, right? Mm-hmm. It's all about the.
Brian, can you get me in the shot? Because you've been cutting me out. Oh, thank you. Yeah,
he goes from camera to camera. He switches it. So, all right. So let's
John,
continue on.
I wanted to mention this because Anthony DeLiso, he mentioned to me, get the English. Talk about more about the English league. So, West Ham United and Fulham are playing. They play today. Tomorrow, Burnley FC versus Tottenham, Cardiff City versus Watford, Bournemouth versus the Wolves, and then tomorrow, Newcastle and Huddersfield, Leicester City versus Crystal Palace, Chelsea versus Brighton, postponed to be determined. So another game for some reason. Arsenal, Southampton, Man U versus Liverpool. So that's upcoming. And then when we talk about, John, the leaders in the EPL, look who's leading the way. Mohamed Salah, 17 goals. Right. He used to score a lot of goals in Serie A, but not as many.
17.
He's the leading, and then
with
leader.
17 only?
He's the leader at 17.
Okay.
Sergio Aguero's tied with them at 17. Then we got Patrick Emerick Aubameyang at 15. Harry Kane, Prince Harry, they call him.
What's he have? Yeah.
14.
Okay. He's right there.
Edwin Hazard, the Belgium star, 12 goals, and Sterling, the English star, 12 goals.
Nice.
And Sadio Mane, 12 goals. The assist leaders, you got Hazard leading the way with 10, Christian Eriksen 9, Leo Sani 9, Sterling 9, and Ryan Fraser 9. And we also got yellow cards. Jose Habelis, Jefferson Lima.
With the most?
10 and 9, yeah. Those are
10?
10 is the most. Then we go to red cards, John. Pierre-Emile Agerbe 2, Wes Morgan 2. So that's the story there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tell you the standings in England. So in England, Man City is leading the way, formerly Mario Balotelli's team and Roberto Mancini. 65 points. Liverpool's tied with them at 65. Tottenham has got 60. Man United 51. Arsenal 50. Chelsea 50. The Wolves got 39. Watford 37. Everton 33. West Ham United 33. Bournemouth 33. Leicester City 32. Crystal Palace 27. Brighton 27. Burnley FC 27. Newcastle 25, Cardiff City 25, Southampton 24, Fulham 17, and Huddersfield at 11.
And there you go. That's the standings.
EPL.
Right. All right. I mean, we have. What about the goal-scoring leader for the Serie A?
Serie A. We got the goal-scoring leader Ronaldo at 19.
Okay.
And then you got right behind them is Piatek, who got traded to AC Milan.
Right.
He was scoring like crazy with Genoa. Goes to Milan. Same story. He's got 17. So him and Ronaldo are going to go neck and neck.
Right, they're in a race, yeah.
And then you got Davinson Zapata, the Colombian's got 16. Fabio Quagliarella has been stuck at 16 ever since he tied Batistuta's 11 consecutive goal record. The Polish superstar Milik has got 12. Assist leaders, Ronaldo's leading the way, 8.
With goals and assists.
Suzo's got 8. He's tied with
But he
them.
needs to score in
Yeah.
the big spot,
In the big games, yeah.
which is the Champions League.
Of course. And then we go to yellow cards. Felipe Del Bello from Spal, 10. Lintidi, also the Polish international, 10. Pasquale Scattarella, you remember that name?
No,
He used to play for Bari. He's not
Yeah.
put down. He's got 10 yellow cards.
Hmm.
Then we go to the red cards. Luca Cipetelli leads the way, 2.
Wait, 2?
Yeah, he used
That's
to play for
not-
Bari too, that guy.
Okay.
Adam Marisic got 1. So that's the story.
That's not too bad, 2. I mean, you know.
And then the standings in Serie A. Juventus 66, Napoli 53, 13-point lead. Inter 46, AC Milan 42.
Undefeated Juve.
Yep.
Right.
Roma 41, Atalanta 38, Lazio 38, Fiorentina 35, Torino 35, Sampdoria 33, Sassuolo 30, Parma 29, Genoa 28, Cagliari 24, Udinese 22, Spal 22, Empoli 21, Bologna 18, Frosinone 16, Chievo 9.
Okay.
That's the story there.
And you got some MLS stuff?
Well, just that it's
There's-
starting March 2nd.
That's it. There's
I
no.
was just going to
there's
say the
no-
Coppa Italia resumes, John, April the 24th. Semifinals, and then the big game is May the 15th.
Right.
So that's, we're getting towards
Where's
the end.
that game being played? The final.
Usually the finals in Rome.
It's in
Usually,
Rome, right?
Usually always they have it. in
Why
Rome.
is that? They gotta,
I don't know.
They
It's
got
the
some
capital
kind of,
city for
They got to
something.
deal with
Yeah.
them, right? Well, they played a Super Cup
Yeah.
elsewhere,
In Saudi Arabia,
right?
yeah.
They change it every year.
Yeah,
now.
they do.
Right. The highest bidder gets it, I guess.
Could be. So, other news, John. I don't know if you heard. I saw this on. I heard. Saw it on ESPN. Flash. The Gold Cup. They're talking about eliminating it after 2020.
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. I mean, any reason behind that?
I don't know what the reasoning is. Maybe they're not getting the attendance.
Probably, it's got to be money.
Yeah.
It's got to be money.
And
yeah.
the Confederations Cup, which I actually used to enjoy.
Right.
No more, they're saying.
Right.
Quite surprised. I used to like that tournament. I
So-
don't know what the story is behind that.
Yeah, we got to get more details
Yeah.
on that. That's for
And
sure.
then there was a game, John, 20-0. I don't know about the mercy rule. Serie C this week. Vincenzo,
Really?
if he calls in, he might mention it. They were running out of players. They had to get players from like
Yeah.
other squads or something. It was crazy. They were beating up that team.
I
20-0.
don't get that either.
And then, John, last show you mentioned about the U.S. men's national team schedule.
Yes.
They're going to play Ecuador. Felix is from Ecuador. They're playing Ecuador in Orlando City in Florida,
Well,
March the 21st.
maybe he's watching tonight. What's the prediction for that game?
I don't know. We'll see. It's a friendly. We'll see how they look. USA, Chile. The guy from Ecuador, Salcido,
Right.
who plays for Lazio. He's been playing good. He scored like
Okay.
a couple of games ago, a penalty shot.
Penalty
USA
kick.
versus Chile is going to be in Texas. And then they got a game in the Gold Cup eventually to be determined.
Right.
So that's, what's going on there.
On the men's side of things.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
What's all this here? What do we got? Oh, that's
Well,
the
these are
champions.
just records,
Okay.
Records, some interesting stuff that I pulled up, I was curious to look at some interesting records. And let's see if let's see what we have. Well, Paolo Maldini.
Oldest player.
Well, we did that already.
Yeah.
But Paolo Maldini, John, holds the appearance record in Serie A, 647.
Wasn't he one of them? One of the oldest guys?
Yeah.
Right?
And Buffon, 640.
Okay.
Maybe with respect to Maldini, he retired. Maybe he didn't want to break the record because of respect to Maldini. Maldini was with Milan his whole career. I don't know if there's anybody active on that list. I'm trying to see. But there's some interesting stats. Let's see if I get some other ones.
Yeah. Brian, what happened with that caller? Vincenzo? Nothing? Okay. Phones, yeah. All right.
De Rossi's still active on the list with appearances. He's still playing.
You know what? Maybe we'll just do this. So when we're having phone problems, right? What we could do,
Just get him on the...
we'll call him.
Exactly.
How's that sound? Because I know he's dying to get on, and he was looking forward to it all day today. So we'll call him and let's see if we could get him on the phone line right through the cell phone. Let's see if anything. Let's see if I can get him here.
Also, I got an interesting article Deliso had sent me about how Zaniolo's mom is making headlines on social media.
Yep.
She's 40 years old in a bikini, and they're like seeing like all these.
Vincenzo. Here we go, Vincenzo. We're having a problem with the phone line in the studio, so I figured I'd call you back with my phone.
That's a good, very good topic. we tried before.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
then we called you. Maybe you have another route.
Yeah, we've done this before where, we speak to you on my phone. It's okay. I'll hold the phone next to the microphone and everybody could hear you.
Hey, Vincenzo.
All around the world, we
Does
got you.
Vincenzo know the most goals in a season was Torino, 1947-48, 125. The most goals in a season.
The most scored in one season, Torino.
I remember the different times in those days,
Yeah.
Serie A was not spread as today.
Right.
So, I wouldn't be surprised because you had some, like Torino, especially a team from the north side,
Yeah.
Milan,
Right.
Torino, Genoa,
Yeah.
they were the leading teams.
Yeah, they had a dynasty during those years.
Yeah.
That decade was them.
So, Vincenzo, today marks 35 years, Bari, Batta, Juve, in Coppa Italia.
Incredible.
Hey, Forza Bari,
And
Solo Bari.
yes, and we showed a little highlights on the TV today of the game. So,
Who scored the winning goal, Johnny?
Messina scored one goal, penalty kick. Who scored the second one, Vincenzo?
No, I'm asking you.
Oh no, I don't. The second one, I don't know who scored the second one.
Not sure.
Messina scored the first one. Was a
Yeah,
penalty
he
kick.
played the clip.
Yeah.
He might play it again.
Yeah. Well, no, Vincenzo, he can't see it anyway. So anyway, the biggest news of this past week, Vincenzo, is Juventus, right?
I hear the phone lines. Brian's on the phone again. Wow,
Yeah.
they're lighting up the
Yeah.
phones today.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Oh, we got it?
Yeah, no, you could, Vincenzo, you continue. No, that was not a call. So the biggest news, of course, was Juventus.
Johnny, you there?
I'm here, Vincenzo. I'm here.
Okay, I hear a click.
Yeah.
Well, remember, Johnny, Juventus, sometimes things happen.
Yeah.
And I think a couple hours before the game, Khedira is the defender for Juventus.
Right.
He had a heart problem.
Oh, okay.
So, and maybe the player's mind were with the,
Seriously, cold air and a cold air. Just gonna try to do it at the same
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
friend, and maybe Johnny, I'm just, that's my own interpretation. Sometimes, you feel bad for something happened where you have to take you emergency to the hospital. You don't know,
Right.
What happened. So maybe the mind were at the hospital. In other words, they didn't have full concentration. And you could tell Juventus, the way they play, it was not Juventus that we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yes.
I wanted to mention to you guys also, the longest win streak from start of a Serie A season, fellas, is Roma. 10 to start off the season.
10 straight.
In 2013, 2014, they have the record.
Okay. But that could be broken, that record, I think.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
that
could happen.
So, Vincenzo, so what's your take for Juventus next week?
Well, Juventus, you wanna win 2-0. This way you could go extra time.
Mhm.
Everything goes. You have an edge. They go an extra time. They play no.
Yeah.
If Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid scores one goal after la vista.
Say goodnight to you. That's what we were talking.
You
Yeah.
have to score 4 goals.
Right. Yep. That's what we were talking about. If they score a goal, that's it. They're done. And they need to score 3, as it is right now, to advance.
Pretty much.
If they win 3-1, Atletico will go forward.
Yeah. But Juventus has to score 3, no, to advance.
Yeah, 3-0, they win. 2-0, you have to go an extra
Oh,
time.
extra time.
1-0
Right.
after la vista.
Say goodnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they put themselves in a hole, in a bad situation, and Vito is blaming me because I said that Juventus was going to win 5 cups this year.
No, Johnny, I said the Juventus, the Coppa Italia, they won the Super Cup, now the Scudetto. If they give up this cup,
Mm-hmm.
I wanna maybe
Make
Because Ronaldo is a couple of millions of dollars away. I don't know, Johnny.
It's going to be big trouble for Juventus if they lose at home in the quarterfinals. The quarterfinals is early, you know. So.
Brian's getting a lot of calls.
You know, Johnny, this, you remember last year, Roma, I think it was Lazio, they got beat in the first round, you know, solid, like 2-0, 3-0, or 4-1, and Roma was able to overcome it.
Okay, aspetta,
Un momento, Vincenzo.
Vincenzo, aspetta. You're on the air. Staten Island Soccer Report. Are you there? Caller.
I'm here, Johnny.
No, there's another one. From
All right, yeah, the phone lines are still not right because they're not.
Well, Johnny, either
Yeah.
we got new phones or we got...
I'm on hold.
Okay.
All right,
Go
caller,
ahead, go
you're on the
ahead.
air.
Speak to John.
Hello.
And
Hi.
Hi.
You're on the Staten Island Soccer Report. Aspetta, Vincenzo.
female voice. Hello.
There's a little delay, but
I'm
she.
not sure.
Yeah.
What happened? I'm not sure, Brian.
Hi, hello.
Hi. Good evening. Welcome to the Staten Island Soccer Report with John and Vito.
I'm on hold.
No, you're not on hold anymore.
You're not on hold.
But it's okay.
Hi, this is a question. It may be a little bit off
The
on
volume
topic,
is low.
but basically, what's happening in Venezuela? Is Venezuela's soccer team going to be affected with their economy?
Good question. Good question. I mean, I can't believe, what's going on with the country, Venezuela. I mean, I'm affected. I have family members in Venezuela. And I don't know, because the country's in chaos. Because from what I'm hearing, they're flocking everywhere.
Yeah.
Colombia, anywhere they can go, they're leaving because of economic situation. So that's, surprisingly, who knows what's going on. I mean, the soccer team almost got to the...
Yeah. Thank you for the call, by the way.
Thank you for the call, but I don't know. We didn't get her name.
Vincenzo, the caller
It was
was
about Venezuela.
Right, the caller asked if the soccer team from Venezuela was going to be affected.
Well, Johnny, when you deal with political issues there, you don't know what's the end result.
Right.
So that right now, I know the Venezuela situation is really...
Oh, Christine. It was Christine Benici. That was... Okay.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
Unfortunately,
she's calling back.
stuff does.
Yeah, John and Vincenzo, what's surprising is Venezuela in the Copa America, they did pretty good not too long ago. They did good in a couple of tournaments. And then in the youth, they went pretty far. They got to like the semifinals of a youth World Cup.
Yeah.
So it looked like Venezuela, their soccer team was turning around. And now this.
Right. All right.
Christine is back. Yeah, Christine.
Aspetta, Vincenzo. Okay, call.
Christina.
Money, budget?
Brian, can you just bring up Christina's voice?
Do they need callers?
It's low.
I don't know. Yeah, I think Brian could
I
handle
would
it.
say hi, John and Vito. This is maybe a little bit off topic, but anything to do with, the economy, that's what's happening in Venezuela, is that impacting Venezuela's...
I think so, Christina. I think so. I'm not 100% sure of that. Christina, can you just raise your voice a little bit?
And what do you know about it?
Well, right now,
affecting
even
them?
the President of the United States mentioned that Venezuela, the country, is collapsing. So I'm sure it has an effect. I'm sure it definitely has to have an effect on the soccer team. But I'll look it up. I'll check it out and see, what's going on. If
So they're having technical difficulties. Don't you listen? God. Does Eddie ever call them up?
So,
I don't know nothing
All right.
about
Christina
soccer.
brings up a great question about Venezuela. I mean,
I didn't hear them talk.
she brought up a great question, and it could be because of the economy that the soccer team is also affected.
Yeah, of course.
Because
Why
of
not?
what's going
Absolutely.
on. I mean, they're saying
I did. I was talking.
their
and
currency,
there was no one I was talking to. I
is
heard
not worth anything anymore. They're saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
And,
Yeah.
And in Venezuela, they have a TV, they take it away, or
Right.
they're like if they're on the road, they tell them to get out of the car. It's very bad, a communist
All right.
situation.
Anyway, Vincenzo, so what's your take? Let's get back to Juve and its Champions Leagues because they're supposed to win it all. What's your prediction for next week?
Well, Johnny, I would say that going home 2-0 is not an impossible
mission.
task to overcome. I would say, if I had $1, I would say Juventus will go through.
Oh, okay. So you're all right. You're saying Juventus will go through.
2-0, and then extra time. And
Extra
then,
time.
guess what? Penalty shot.
All right. Let's
Christina's trying to
let's dissect the game. Let's dissect the game a few minutes. Vito didn't watch the game, but I know Vincenzo, you did.
I watch everything that says soccer.
I know that. Did you watch Body? Serie D?
John, I say soccer, at this level now. Don't tell me about
Oh
the
my gosh.
first division.
Okay. Anyway,
What
Vincenzo.
happened to Pro Piacenza, Vito?
Yeah, I was talking about John about that 20-0 that game.
That's it. Yep.
20-0.
20-0. You play against the little kids, not even little kids, but they're playing 11 against 7.
Wow.
Teenagers.
Wow.
And you score 20 goals, and you got the leading score with C Division. Does that count? Does that make you
No mercy rule.
extra bonus money?
No.
No mercy rule. 20-0. They didn't stop it. They didn't stop the game, John.
That's embarrassing, actually.
Anyway, that game should be 2-0 and after la vista. No, 20-0.
Vincenzo.
I never heard of a game. This is the first time in soccer 20-0.
I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure it's happened before. Vincenzo, so getting back to Juve, Bonucci going down so easily, and then, they expecting the referee to blow the whistle every time they go down. Chiellini, right?
Yeah.
Right? You saw that.
Listen, John, I told you Madrid, you talking about the complete assignment. Each player, they knew where to cover, how to cover. Juventus, it's not like, they missed, Juventus had a few shots at the net, first half.
Yeah.
Second half,
Nothing.
there was no Juventus.
Right.
That's where the final is going to be. Atletico.
I would be lucky because the other goal could have went the other way, so it could have been worse. Could have been 3-0.
Right. Yes. True.
Going down 3-0 and 2-0, it's a big difference.
Big difference. Yeah. Okay. All right, Vincenzo.
I think 2 goals, they could make up 2 goals.
Yeah.
2 goals. It's not like it's 3. 3 would be even, a tougher challenge.
So Vito and Vincenzo say Juve goes through.
It's possible they can.
I would go through on a penalty shot.
You say penalty kicks, which you never want to go there because you never know.
Yeah.
And you say they're going through, right?
They could do it. They're at home.
Remember, you're down 2-0.
They're at
you
home.
want to make up a 2-0.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
maybe again, 2-0, I'll take it, and I would be extremely happy even if you make an extra time.
Right.
Right? And if you go to penalty because you're playing home, all these factors, I have a little edge, not much. A
Right.
little bit.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure they've regrouped. They got a game this weekend, right? And then they'll get ready back for the Champions League there. So we'll see what happens. I don't think, you know what? I'm going to go the other way and say they're not going to get through. And there's going to be a disaster in Torino.
Well, that would be the easy thing to say, But soccer is soccer. You never know.
This Sunday, Bologna,
Bologna Juventus, 9 a.m.
Okay, if Juventus lose against Bologna, that means crisis.
Crisis, right? Yeah.
If Juventus gets a solid victory, 2-0, 3-0, and the team goes back in, because I told you that
No, Juventus hasn't had a crisis in a long time.
Was a big
You don't want it now.
impact on them. So I would say Bologna, if they play lousy, if they lose, that means Juventus deep crisis.
The big problems, yeah. Okay, so where are they playing this game in Bologna?
Bologna, it's in Bologna.
Oh, okay, all right, that's good. Okay, so
That's Johnny, that game I would have watched. That will tell you what's going to happen in next game with Atletico.
so Juventus comes out Sunday and beats Bologna 5-0. You know they mean business, right?
That means business, even 3-0, like in the 3-1, you don't want to win 1-0 on a penalty shot like less.
Yeah.
That means there's still a problem.
You want to make a statement.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, John.
No, Vincenzo, I'm
You have
saying
to make
that
a statement after what's been going on.
Juventus wants to make a statement Sunday against Bologna.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
That's my statement.
So if
What
you're
about most consecutive wins in the season? Inter 17 in 2006-2007. They have the record for that.
So Vincenzo, as Vito gives me these records here and there, from Serie A, which is pretty good.
Hey, that's
Yeah, he looked up all the records of different teams and
And
stuff.
Juventus has got the record for points, 102 points, 2013-14.
Yeah, Juventus, the most points. 102. Wow,
Under Conte.
That's a lot.
Under Conte.
Yeah, of course. So who else? What's Conte doing? We need to get him back
Yeah.
into coaching.
Yeah,
that guy.
exactly.
Man, oh man. All right. So what about the goalkeeping situation, Vincenzo? Are you happy with Juventus's goalkeeping?
Jenny, I mean, if Buffon was still there, I would take a Buffon. Look what happened with him at Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah.
He's doing good over there.
Of course. Yeah.
Remember, you want to have two Polish national goalkeeper, and Perin is the backup goalie of the national team.
So Perin, now who starts Sunday in the goal for them?
I would not be surprised if Perin will start Sunday.
Right, that's what I would do. But you know what?
Be surprised.
I would start him even in the Champions League, Vincenzo. Really, that's what I would do. And I know they won't do that because he's still young and this and that, and trying to put the best available players out there. I get all that, but
Surprising. You got Perrin, who his specialty is stopping goal penalty shots.
Johnny,
Back up on the national team as a goalie. Still no respect.
no, Vincenzo, I said it.
Nothing wrong with the goalkeeper.
I said it from the beginning. He doesn't. For me, I don't know. I don't like him at all. That's just my
You don't
opinion.
like when he comes out of the goal net. That's what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's certain things. That he's got to have.
He gives up weak goals from what I see. They're weak, and this is all going back to the World Cup
Yeah. Well,
when he played.
that's why they got eliminated in the first round.
Right. This goes back to that. When I saw that, I said,
I
"Oh my."
thought Perrin was going to be the starter. I mean, you get Perrin. I thought
Perin
you
is
got
going to
him-
be. He's the future.
Yeah,
So he's
but
the
you know,
future.
John, they got Perrin in the offseason. I thought they got him because
Yeah.
he was. I thought they got him to be the starter at Juventus. I
Yeah.
didn't expect that he.
I'm with
they-
you with that, yeah.
They've been rotating, back and forth.
Well, they give him a rest. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happened. So, but again, Vincenzo, for me, I know maybe you see different, but no, I'm not happy with the goalkeeping situation in Juventus.
Well, Johnny, I would have the center halfback and the sweeper.
Mhm.
They're up there in ages. In that position, you need quick reflexes.
Yeah, and tough.
You need a quick movement. Maybe Bonucci,
Yeah.
my age, and Chiellini, your age. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
They're up there. Like I said, they give up Benapia. Now maybe what took place in January, maybe they regret. Who knows, Johnny?
Vincenzo, to me, it looks like they went down too easy. They're looking for the referee to make a call. They got lucky with that one, like we said, with the VAR, right? They got lucky with that. And then, I think Bonucci goes down. The referee says, no, and they continue playing and they score a goal.
Well, that's right, John. Now, you cannot blame the goalie.
No.
I would blame the defender. The other two, actually, the other two, they are more like offensive fullbacks.
Yeah. Oh, you could put blame. All right, if you don't want to get he was caught out of position maybe a little bit, but Ronaldo too was back defending on the second goal, I believe, and
Mankovic, he was a steady defender.
yes, yeah, and he's not a defender, of course, we know that.
Yeah, that's why that means he's helping out. He saw something in the back.
Right.
That needs help.
Yeah.
Maybe they were moving. I guess, like I said, their mind was someplace else.
Yeah.
With their friends. And plus, this game was like some happens in Italy, which is the ogni morte di Papa.
Once every blue moon, of course. All right, well, Vincenzo, what else is going on? What else can you give us? We got a couple minutes left here.
Jenny, I know Foggia, I know Vito wants to hear about Foggia. Foggia, they tie 1-1 away game, which is good.
Yes.
Against two.
Who they?
I like to see that.
Who they play, Vincenzo?
It was Padua.
Okay.
Okay.
And, you know, they have the last 3 games, they didn't lose once, which is good. Even if you die, at least you move slowly but surely.
Right. Yeah, it's
So they're moving.
so it's 3-game unbeaten streak.
And I would say they're getting ready, like I mentioned before, they're getting ready for next year, Johnny.
Right.
Believe me, next year.
Well, the main thing, Vincenzo, stay out of the danger zone. You don't want to get relegated. That's the goal for them.
And I wanted to mention, we got Maish in the audience. He's born in India, but he's got his sister-in-law lives in Parma. Parma's playing Napoli at 12 noon, February 24th.
Parma, those teams, Parma, Sampdoria, Atalanta, they're going to be troublemakers full of.
Yep.
I tell you,
Juventus, Inter, Milan.
Parma's a tough team. They've been playing good soccer this year, and I think it's a matter of time when we could see the old Parma like what they did in the 90s when they won the UEFA Cup and they did some nice things, back in the day. I think Parma will come around again. I just think the nucleus is there, John.
Yep.
Gervinho, they have Roberto Inglés. I mean, they got, talented players.
All right, Vincenzo, we got about a minute to go. Any last words?
Johnny, let's go Juventus. I know Inter and Napoli, they moved to the next phase of the Europa League.
Yes.
Which is good. So at least we got 2 Italian teams in for the next phase, and now we're hoping Roma, Juventus, they move up, and but the Europa League, I think Inter and Napoli, especially Napoli. Again, if I have $1, I would say Napoli all the way to the final.
Nice.
In the Europa League, we'll see.
Okay. All right, Vincenzo. Sorry about the telephone. Sorry about the phone problems, but at least we got you.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, thank you, Vito.
Okay.
Gianni,
Buonasera.
a tutti una bellissima serata.
Okay, Vincenzo. Ciao.
And I wanted to say about Maish, I think he would like to hear this news. Possibility of India hosting the 2030 World Cup. It was it was a rumor.
Listen.
There's a possibility they want to try to promote the game, and
that's fine.
We shall see. It's in the works. There's a
I mean,
possibility.
listen.
If they don't get 2030, they're talking about it eventually.
Vito, the World Cup should be spread all around the world.
Well, that was the goal. When Sepp Blatter was president, they said they had a rotation system in place. Every continent was supposed to get it.
Right.
Who's the continent that hasn't gotten it yet? Australia.
Okay.
So they're
they'll
eventually
definitely
they're talking about an Australia, New Zealand
they'll get it.
duel.
All right, there's the music, and again, another hour goes right by. So, a couple more weeks. Thank you again for coming on. And you're overdressed for the show, but you look good. You're overdressed. You know what I mean? All right, we'll see you guys on the next show. Thank you for watching the Staten Island Soccer Report.
Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola, facci sognare ancora, facci gridare ancora, Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola mai. Quanti viaggi con gli amici, tanti posti sconosciuti, tutti uniti innamorati di un sogno. Canto sempre con orgoglio, anche quando sono stanco, mai nessuno può distruggere il mio sogno. Bari, grande amore, Bari, unica e sola, Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti ti lasceremo da sola mai. Pari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo,